Hello people, this is Colin from Camp Decorations. Strange times. Right now, as you can see, I'm still working on site. Don't know when the sites are going to close down. I'll give it maybe about a week or 2 weeks. You know, it's pretty much in self-isolation as a painter because you hardly get anyone walking in your unit. So I reckon as an industry we'd be one of the last to actually close down, but you do feel like it's going to happen and that. So while it's not closed down, I'm going to keep on still filming. Right, so what I'm going to do this video about today is storing your spray unit if you're going to use it the next day. Now, on the contrary, because you've used it one day, you don't need to clean it down the very same day. You can actually store it for a day or two, even 3 days. I know guys that have stored it because they're using it day in, day out, and they've stored it in a certain way, rather than cleaning the machine out every night, because it's time consuming. Sometimes you run on site and you haven't got time to clean out site. I never clean my machine out on site. I always store it up, carry it in the van, and then basically, if I've got time, when I get in, usually that night, I'll clean it. If not, I'll clean it the next day. If I'm spraying the next time, I definitely do not clean it out. So this is a few of the things that I do to store my spray rig if I'm going to spray the next day. So right now, I've literally just finished spraying. It's gonna be hard to do with one hand. So go and do the regulator. There you go. I'm going to take off my tip and nozzle. Right, I've got a 5 litre tub there that I put my tips in that I store overnight. I just leave it in water, you know. So right now this is the beautiful thing. Whoop, finger. If you've got one of these, right, okay. I'm going to pause this because my cover's getting away. Right, so now the cover's out of the way, it's not blocking my view. So what I usually do, and it's a beautiful thing, if you've got one of these Tritech guns, and this runs as a T380, you'll notice I've spoken to you about this before. What would you call it? The locking mechanism can go all the way forward and keep it in the spray position. So, you know, you pull the trigger back, you keep it in the spray position, and then you can keep on spraying. So what I usually do, I get rid of the paint out of the gun and out of the machine. Then I run it through a little bit of water, and I'll store it in my van. It is nice, easy, simple as that. And basically what I do is I put the suction hose in this kettle here, along with the gun, stick it in there, and that's the way I store it. I store it like that, and it's good to go for the next 2-3 days if you're spraying every single day, as long as you've got both hands in water, no air can get to it, so it's wet, it will stay wet. So that's how I store it. So I'm just going to quickly run through. Got my bucket of water here. I'm just going to run through with the paint until some water comes through. By the way, big boy tub, 72 litre tub. 72 litres of paint it can hold. Right, now there's water coming through. And all I do, I just pull the trigger forward. Oh! When it comes out. As you can see, the trigger's pulled forwards and that, and I'll just let it run. And what I'm doing in the meantime is I'm cleaning out my big tub. While that's running, I'll quickly swap it over from spray to prime, and so I just let it run. I mean, I'm not being funny. You don't need to let it run as long as I'm going to leave it running. You could just put some water for it for about a minute, and then start packing it away. But seeing as I can have the trigger in the to keep it in a spray position, I'm just going to let it run, circulate water through it and clean up at the same time. Right, so I've got more work to do in here. It's drying off, but I've still got some more base undercoating to do. Soon a bit of caulking up still to do. So I'm not going to take my machine out to the van yet, but this is how I store it. You know, while I'm working in there. So, you know, just to make sure it stays wet. And that's to keep suction hose in there. And my gun's in there as well. You know, that keeps it wet, no air's coming in. And I'm not being funny, it can stay like that for 2, 3, I wouldn't leave it for 4 days and that, there's no reason. But if you're using it every single day, then you would do. You wouldn't clean it every night. You store it like this, and I store it in the van exactly the same way. I've got just a little area where I put that in my van. I've got the pot in the van, and I will show you exactly how I store it in the van. It's just nothing, it's no big deal. It doesn't spill over when I'm driving around and that. It's quite simple how I've done it, and it's never spilled over once, that 5 litre tub. And as you can see, I don't fill it up completely with water. You know, maybe 1/3 full. Yeah, and that will keep it. That's good enough. That's fine. And this is how pretty much how I store it. As you can see, I've got the tub there, stored in that container. Got the water in there, and I'll leave that overnight, or even 2 days, depending if I'm doing 2 or 3 days of spraying, or if I'm being lazy in that and I can't be bothered to clean it out that night. I'll just leave it in the water. Both ends are wet. No air can get in, so the sprayer's fine. Okay. See you in the next video.